My name's Alan Weninger, and we're here in Patterson Arboretum, and I'm going to show you how to do a pruning cut on a larger branch using a three cut method. And we use the 3-cut method to make sure that the branch doesn't rip bark as it comes off. This way will ensure that doesn't happen, because it's very hard for the tree to heal a rip in its bark. This tree has been in steady decline for the last maybe 6 years or more, ever since there was some flooding in the arboretum, so it probably sustained a lot of root damage. And you can see the needles are quite brown, so a bit of damage over the winter. But it's more than that. I think this tree is not going to last too many more years. There is a branch here that has no needles on it anymore, so I know that it's a dead branch. You can see how brittle the twigs are. For my safety equipment, I have a hard hat and a cover for my eyes. I have my steel-toed boots and my gloves. The first cut that I'm going to make will be a cut on the bottom of the branch, and that cut ensures that when the branch does start to break away, that there'll be no ripping of the bark into the main trunk. The second cut that I'll make will be above the bottom cut, and that will remove the branch. And then the third cut that I'll make will remove that stub in a nice clean way, exactly where it should be. The first cut that I'm going to make on this branch is going to be about right here, and that's called the undercut, and it's made so that when the next cut is made, the branch will break off cleanly right there, and that takes the weight off the stub that will be left, so that I can make a nice clean cut on the stub. I just want to make enough of a cut that the bark won't rip down the tree. So it doesn't have to be too deep. It's kind of an awkward cut to make because it's from the bottom up. So you don't have to take it too far. So my next cut will be on the branch side of the bottom cut. So the bottom cut is right there. I want to cut it about there. And the idea is that when this branch breaks off, the bark won't peel beyond this bottom cut. So once I make this cut, this branch will come off, and then there's no weight on the stub, so that I can make a proper final cut on the stub. So you can see now that the branch is removed, there's no pressure on this stub, and it will be easy to make the cut without anything ripping. Okay, we want to make this cut as close to the branch collar as we possibly can without damaging the collar. We also want to make it so that there's nothing sticking out. Like, we don't want to cut it just completely perpendicular. We want to angle it a bit to suit where that branch collar is. hard work. You can see it's getting a bit loose there. So the cut is right beyond the branch collar, and you'll notice I'm not going to do anything more to that cut. I'm not going to paint it because that will just interfere with the healing process of the tree. Once that heals, this is what it should look like. It should be sealed off nicely within a few years. This is a cut that was made a few years ago, and you can see the healing tissue is already starting to close the wound, and there's some sap flow there that's helping to keep out the insects and diseases. So this is what I would hope the cut that I just made today will look like in a few years. So just to review, the first cut on the bottom, second cut on the top to remove the branch, third cut to cut the stub back in the right spot by the trunk of the tree so it can heal.